How's it going, guys? In this video I'm going to be talking about your shims in your bait cast reels. Um, Pretty much there's going to be variance in types and sizes, but the main ones, on your tension knob, you're going to have a tension knob like this. This is actually a Fluger. I know some Quantums are like this too, Pinnacle, Shimano, and what it is your tension knob with two pieces of shims, or two shims. One is a little pliable plastic piece, the other one is hard, and the pliable one goes in first, then you put the hard one. Now, periodically you should check your shims because the spool shaft rests against the shims. That's what applies pressure, and you will get, if I can get it out, a little dimple like this, or like this. That's a big one. Once it starts wearing like this, you want to flip it over so that hopefully on the other side you'll have a smooth side compared to that. And the reason why is once it starts to create a dimple, it actually affects how your spool turns against it. You have to apply more and more pressure, and then as that spool digs down in it, it also has resistance against the sides of the spool ends. So that's that one. Another type of, some reels will have another type of tension knob, and like this is a Quantum Code. I know my Curus has one like this too. And with this one, you want to be careful when you take it out because your bearing rests right in there. Just lay that back in there and you can see. So if you open the cap up, your bearing will just fall right out if you have it turned over. But that's the configuration of the tension knob, and all it is a little brass piece like this with a plastic shim like this, and then either a second plastic shim, or if you're lucky you'll get a brass shim. I say lucky because they're really stopping sending them out with brass shims, probably because of cost. The brass shim is definitely a better one because you can polish it, sand it and polish it. It doesn't indent as much as the plastic one, so they usually last a little longer. So they're just better all around. Another alternative to the copper is they are now making shims with carbon fiber, very similar to your carbon fiber washer for your drag. It's a little bit better than the plastic. Doesn't indent quite as much as the plastic does, so therefore it lasts a little bit longer, and you get more use out of it. A third type, like on your Ambassador, your Abu Garcia Ambassador 5500 and 4600 series, is your tension knob is like this, and what it is there's a little plastic retainer piece that goes over a little, it's actually going to be a square copper shim. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get this out. You really have to take a pick and gradually work it out through the tension knob. But once you get it out, you can flip it over because it will wear just like the other ones. And again, on this one, it's just the same as the other ones. You need to check your shims. Unfortunately, on the other side, there is no shim. That's the other side of the Ambassador. Now, on the other ones that I was talking about, like the Fluger and the Quantum, which is your side plate with your friction ring, there's a bearing right there, and behind that bearing, if I can get this out, Ta-da! There's another shim. And as you can see, that one has a serious dimple in it. So it needs to be flipped over, and then the other side has a dimple too, so it actually would be good to replace that one. But that's just showing you where your other shim is on the low profile ones. Your round ones don't have it, but your low profile ones do, and that's just another shim to check. If you don't want to go into it, you know, when you send them to me, I definitely do that. One thing, definitely in the tension knob, it's just easy to unscrew, and if you just, you know, check that one or look at it and find out that it's got some indents in it, then when you send your reel to me, I can get new ones or have new ones ready to be replaced. So that's it for the shims.